my name is Ted Smith. We're making these short videos to highlight information contained in my book, Hempology 101, The History and Uses of Cannabis Sativa, the most fascinating and interesting and useful plant that humanity has got in its hands. And so I left last time talking about 1916, a sort of pivotal year, because all of a sudden herds, the sort of the cork in the middle of the plant, in the middle of the stalk, could be turned into paper. And before that it was a waste product. And so it was very difficult, though, still, to process the stalk so that you had herds on one hand and fiber on the other. The hemp plant has, very strong fiber, and it was very labor intensive to cut it down in the field by hand. And certainly with the Industrial Revolution and technology improving, there was a great drive to produce machinery that could cut the plant down and process it. And so when herds became suddenly valuable as well, the traditional way of separating them by retting, which I'll describe later on, which normally would be submerging it in water, would wreck the herds. They'd be useless. So there was a real drive to find a way to separate the herds from the stalk dry, right from the field, without putting it in a moist environment at all. And so there was a lot of attempts to make the machinery, but it wasn't until 1917 that George Sklitskin came out with the decorticator, a machine that could just go into the field, like a big combine for corn, if you could imagine it, going into the field, cutting down the plant, grinding it and crushing it up, chopping off the top leaves and replacing them back into the soil, which would replace a great amount of the nutrients that would be needed to grow it in the first place, which is one reason why it wouldn't take like other crops where you just completely rape the land, as it were. The leaves would go back. It would grind up the stalk in such a way that at the bottom of the machine you'd basically get this fiber that would come out almost silk-like, and herds on the other side. And so the combination of those two products and the herds suddenly being valuable for the use of paper made the hemp plant literally almost 100 times more profitable for farmers to grow, because they had two products to sell instead of one, and the fiber that came out was almost silk-like. Again, I can't say enough about Jack Hare and The Emperor Wears No Clothes, because when he came out with this book in the 1980s, all this information that was hidden from the public came to light. And certainly Jack deserves a lot of credit, but George Sklitskin really went through hell trying to first create his machine and then get the public to use it. So in 1917, George's machine was made public, but as you'll hear later on in the chapters on Prohibition, that never came to fruition, and I'll get to that in a short while. But for now, you can watch more videos on YouTube. You can watch our blogs, cannabisdigest.ca, or better yet, buy my book, hempology.ca. You can go to the store that we got and buy the book and a bunch of other stuff. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.